Sometimes you're going to be asked to do a CMA for a client when they want to list their home or want to figure out kind of what their house is worth. So once you kind of have an idea of what the house is, you can come in here and play a little bit. So single family detached, north side, $200,000 to $250,000. They have 3 bedrooms. So I'll go let's go 2 bedrooms at 2 bedrooms up. Let's do that. Okay, there's 20 that are on the market. Cool. The square footage, though, they said it's 950 and up, so we don't really want anything lower than that. So there we go, 11. Now let's see what's sold in the last, 120 days. Gives us a good footprint. Maybe we go 150 days. We got 26 listings. Maybe we go 6 months. Let's see what we get. Okay, 32. So if you want to make a CMA for them, click results. And this is you kind of scouring through it. Now, let's say you've looked at all these and you're like, yeah, I'm satisfied that these are a bunch of what their home is kind of like. There's a few that might not be in the right scale, but I think that's about right. So once you get a feel for the market, you'll start to realize like, well, maybe this one's brand new. It doesn't quite fit it. Theirs is older. So you go back to your criteria and go, you know what? I don't want anything that's 2000 or newer because theirs is the 1970s or 60s, right? So hit results, and then that'll eliminate a few of those ones that are built in the 2010s. So there we go, nice little thing there. So what you can do now, I don't even have to do this, but let's select all. We're gonna click CMA. Okay, and then we're going to create a new contact if we haven't already had them in our matrix. You can do that if you want, or you can select a name that's on there. We have John Doe, what we just did. Okay, so description, 123 fake street CMA. Okay, click on your pages. Now I'm not telling you how to pick your CMA or anything. This is just how the custom pages work. So you can click on your cover. You can have a cover sheet with your photo if you want. Subjects, price adjustment, summary list. That's a good one. So every time you click on it, it adds it to the selected pages. Comparables. This depends on what you want to add on there. I like it all, so I just click on the whole comparables. Click, and that adds everything on there. Now, sometimes it'll add this thing, additional photos. I like to delete that because that'll add tons of photos to it, and it makes it just a huge document. So if you don't want something, let's say you're like, I don't want this, you just come over here, click X, and get rid of it. Okay, and then if you want the pricing recommendation at the very top, because that's what they care about, put it up there. Or if you want it at the bottom, whatever you want. Static, there's a lot of these things that you just take a look at them. So I mean, you can put them all in there for your first one and just have a look and see which ones you like, which ones you don't like. Because pitfalls of overpricing, where commission goes. Well, maybe you don't want to talk about that. Maybe you have your own spiel on where commissions go. So play with that a little bit. And then I kind of like the map. It's kind of a neat little thing to have on there, and you can put that wherever you want, right? Just move it around. So subject. If it's an old MLS listing, you could fill from the listing. I'm just going to click one, doesn't matter. If you had an old LLC, there we go. There's a number, right? So this wouldn't work for ours, but it shows 206 Sherwood Place, 5 beds. So it'll pull old information, and that's any information. I mean, it doesn't have to be specifically stuff that you have done, right? So if I look back in the day and I see 346 McMaster sold in 2018, I can take that, even though maybe I'm not the listing agent, I could take that, copy this LD number, and then put it into my CMA. Okay, so that's how you do that. And then, if you want to get rid of the remarks, go ahead, delete that. But at least you got a photo. It's their house. It's pretty neat. Go to the cover page. Make sure that's what you like. So there's your photo. You're this one. Dear John Doe, phone number, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Comparables. Now this is the comparables we just selected. So you can kind of look at everything that's on here. And it shows the actives, the conditionals, COs, conditional, solds, everything like that. Go to the map. I like to look at the map and say, is that a fair representation of where their market is or where their area is? Yeah, that looks pretty good, right? So a good little comparable. Now this number 1 is their house. It probably should be over here, but I just randomly picked one. Okay. Adjustments. You have to put a lot of work into this if you want to adjust it. You can adjust everything on here, right? So I could say, well, I value a bedroom at $4,000 or whatever you want to do. Well, okay, so that's going to make it, change the prices of a lot of them. This is a lot of work, so it's up to you if you want to do that. But you can value certain things with certain dollars, and then you can just kind of go across here, and it'll go over year built and everything like that. So feel free to do that, but there is no perfect science on what is a bedroom worth, right? So if I put 0, then it'll zero it back out, okay? And at the bottom here, it shows you the low, the median, and the average, right? So you can kind of see like, hey, that's kind of the median. There's your average. That's the high. If they're really, pushing it, they got a really nice place, cool. And then you go to your pricing, and it gives you that stuff again. And then you can put your suggested list size. I think that your home is worth whatever you want. And then you can put in notes if you were to add front landscaping that would help with typing, would help with things like that. So you can put notes in there. And then just click finish. Now you can click view CMA, that'll download it as a PDF. You can email it to yourself, you can email it to them. You can click save so you don't lose it. It does auto save it, you see that? But now you got it. So my CMA prepared for John Doe is here, and I can always come back and look at it, go to my matrix, my CMAs. There it is. So real simple, real quick way to do it, but play around with that and just do it on a couple clients' houses, and then you'll get used to how the system works.